technically, when it's an expected complication, it's not a botched job. But to be frank, most doctors don't come up and intended to actually damage or cause injury to the penis. I'm sure you're eager to find out what I'm going to talk about today, which is the second episode of the series about circumcision. Today, we're going to talk about botched circumcision. To be fair, every operation, regardless is as small as a circumcision or as complex as a cardiac bypass, will carry some degree of complications. Let's talk about the complications. In the short term, there are quite some expected complications, such as bleeding. Of course, it's a cut in the penis, it will bleed. And also infection. It's an open wound, it's not a cleanest part of the penis, of course it bleeds. And pain, of course it's a very sensitive part of the penis, and those three are common early complications. But when it is a long-term complication, perhaps the most disastrous of a botched circumcision is actually an amputation. I'm sure you remember there are quite a few cases in our own country, and in Middle East there is one series that actually look at about 26 years follow-up of boys who had amputation that obviously is accidental on a series of botched circumcisions. And in this series, the good news is that a lot of them were discovered early. They were fixed immediately with reattachment of the penis. Clearly, it's not it's good as how nature intended. The second probable problems about circumcision is cutting too much of the skin. You imagine that too much of the skin is cut, then erect penis will be very painful and very tight. And that sometimes can be rectified by a skin graft that we need to take from either the back of the ear or other areas which is hairless to replace that excessive amount of skin that's cut. Other complications such as bad scarring, causing bridges and also multiple scars that is unsightly, are also mild botched circumcision that may be rectified quite easily by a urologist or a plastic surgeon. So on that note, do make a decision to have circumcisions with extreme caution, and also look after the wound afterwards, because these are the measure to reduce complication in the future. And therefore, it is an operation that doesn't carry absolutely no risk at all. So think about it before you embark on the operation. Okay, on our third episode of Circumcision series, we're going to talk about various ways of doing circumcisions. I'm sure you've heard of traditional way, which is knife and suture, and other ways such as laser, and other ways such as the clamp. So which one is more suitable for you and which one is available by your healthcare providers? Then you just need to stay tuned and find out more when you put Dr. G on the spot.